Hear this, baby.
Good evening and welcome to the UNProfessional Professional Sports Show. I hope everybody's doing good out there on this Wednesday evening. We're getting what we call the Super Bowl hangover, not the one that supposedly takes effect the next season, but literally the Super Bowl hangover we have right now for Sunday's game, which the Seattle Seahawks unfortunately won by Keith's view over his New England Patriots. I liked the game because it was defensive. That's just me. It was a really good defense. I mean, let me tell you something. If Gonzalez didn't play the way he did, it would have got ugly fast.
Yeah,
it would have got ugly fast.
We talked about Sunday morning that if even I admitted if the game was going to get one-sided and out of control, it was likely to be on Seattle's side. And without Chris Gonzalez, that game would have been in the 40s for sure.
He definitely looked all pro in that game.
I agree.
I mean, that one pass to Rashid Shaheed, I mean, deep pass, and he was just able to get up at the right moment. He had a few.
Yeah. He had like about 3 or 4 ones that he batted down that were just that were passes that were pretty good throws by Sam, and he just was there. He was Johnny on the spot.
Yeah,
just better defensive plays.
The New England defense,
all pro. They
played well for the most part, right? They didn't stop the run the way they felt they needed to, obviously, to make Sam Darnold beat them. But they played well. We talk about how Drake May was pressured all night, but Darnold was under the same duress all night. He just found open receivers where the Patriots weren't getting anybody open. The secondary of the Seahawks played as well as the front did, and they were getting to him most of the time with four guys, and you're not going to beat anybody if you can you pressure a quarterback like that with 4 guys most of the time. You're going to get beat most of the time.
Yeah, he stepped up in the pocket pretty well too, Sam. There's a couple of plays that one he took off and ran, and the other play he just stepped up in the pocket with some awareness. I know Williams was mad. There's a couple times he had him dead to rights in that backfield. He just stepped away from him like, dude,
Milton can't change direction really fast because you're right. He looked like he olayed him, but if you watch the replay, he wasn't going to be able to change direction. So anyway, what was
you said about your slogan logo
for a few days? My slogan logo for 2 days. I don't know what it means. Oh, let's F and go. I don't know. Maybe that's been for 20 some years. So I don't know.
Yeah. I've only been knowing you just over a year or so, and I see you say that all the time. Yeah,
all time. Listen, you know what's funny? As a Patriot fan, and I said this to Jack Tuesday morning when we had our show delayed today. I'm devastated. I've been devastated. The losses to the Giants; those were devastating losses. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed how badly they played and how they didn't adjust. And Will Campbell might as well not even have been on the field, quite frankly. You could have nobody in that position at all, and nothing would have changed. But I'm more disappointed than devastated by this loss. They didn't play well. So
when I first heard you say that Tuesday,
I was like 5 or 6.
I thought this could be devastating, but I agree with you from your perspective or your vantage point. I mean, you've won some major championships, man. I mean, you still probably will go down as probably the 1 or 2 best organizations in the league history because of all the championships that you've won and that you've been to. But yeah, I would agree with you that 07 and the one in 11, the Giants are probably the ones that you're probably
And it's
Totally
a good
worse.
team.
Yeah.
You didn't lose to a bad team. You're into a buzzsaw. That defense is so well coached, and they execute. And what are you going to say? Sometimes you just run into a buzzsaw and you can't get out of the way. Not one play you can pick out. I mean, if I was going to pick out one play, it'd be May throwing that interception with still 10 minutes left, and they could have scored. They would have cut it to 19-14. Mm-hmm. Why Mike Vrabel's not going for 2, by the way, at 19-6. Why you're not going for 2, I have no idea. In the fourth quarter, I'm not one for chasing points, but that was a head scratcher for me. I mean, you got to make it a field goal and a touchdown. 6 and 7 are the same number there. So I don't know what he was thinking about there, but it didn't come into play. So
that's probably why right there. He was probably thinking, try to get down the field with this offense, and I cannot do anything against his defense. I'm going to have to rely on my defense to get this game all together. And I mean, for a few quarters, it was looking like that too, that New England was going to keep this game in check. And then, just like Seattle always has been doing this year, it's like the fourth quarter, they change whatever they're doing and they get better at it. And they take over the game. And I mean, the Kenneth Walker winning the MVP, which I said he will. But anyway, New England has a problem. New England hasn't faced a running back like that in the playoffs. I know James, that type.
I know James brought up who's the Pittsburgh Steelers running back from years ago.
Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
I didn't do a literal 6'7" there. That's funny though. I'm trying to. Le'Veon Bell, right? I have never seen a guy. Le'Veon Bell, I probably haven't paid close enough attention to, but I've never seen a guy literally stop in the middle of the offensive line and just wait, which he did once. He just stopped altogether once, and he did a great job. And the offensive line obviously did a great job. But
if you go back and look, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. You're good.
If you go back and look at Le'Veon Bell's highlights, he is one of the most frustrating runners that I've ever seen because he would slow. I mean, ironically, they both went to Michigan State, so I don't know if there's a connection there. But with that said, the run style is just like, what is he doing, man? Just hit the hole, and then all of a sudden he finds his hole and jettisons through. And gets about 10 or 12 yards, and you're like, wow, that's got to be frustrating to a defense. Oh. So you're right. The same thing with Kenneth Walker the third. Looking at him, watching him run and what he's done in the playoffs was just impressive. He had 1,000 yards for the season, and now he's going to be a free agent. As a matter of fact, we're talking about a team. We always talk about a championship team. Can they repeat? And they got a few free agents that are going to probably either leave the team or because I don't know if they're going to pay everybody. We're talking about Rashid Shaheed, Kenneth Walker III, Derek Young, wide receiver, Josh Jones, offensive lineman, Reek Woolen, the cornerback. These are all guys that are current unrestricted free agents that may not come back. And can they do enough to keep themselves formidable and possibly repeat as Super Bowl champions?
And that's a tough division to do it in too. So I have no doubt they'll be competitive for sure. So
yeah, the kicker was holding them up into the game until, like I said, late in the half there. The second.
Get out of here, Danny. A kicker's he's doing his job, and he's saving that foot on the sideline, smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer. Get out there and kick a 40, 50-yard field goal, and that's it. You don't deserve an award for that. I mean, be Kenneth Walker III going against one of the top rushing ranked defenses and getting the yards that he did to keep that team. Because again, Sam Darnold made some plays, but it wouldn't have been enough if Kenneth Walker would have been doing what he was doing. So I mean, come on,
the running set up the passing. So I mean, it was good. I just. New England has had a problem this season. I've noticed in some of their games where they had a problem stopping the run. And I know that Williams wasn't playing in the middle a lot of that time, and once they came back, they did a better job. But again, they didn't play the quality of a running back that they had in the playoffs they played with Kenneth Walker. So that's why I made that prediction, because Kenneth Walker the dude's been playing out his mind since the playoffs have started, and he's taken that step and said, you know what, I got to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy, and he is the guy. So he did what he had to do, and I give it to Kenneth Walker. I mean, he did a fabulous job in the playoffs.
And
Can't say nothing better.
And Clint Kubiak and McDonald outcoached, quite frankly, Josh McDaniels, and I can't think of our play callers. Zolbeck, I think, something like that. I can't remember his name for whatever reason. It's escaping me, because he picked up for Terrence Williams when he got when he got cancer early on. Listen, Josh McDaniels also, to me, is one of the big. We talked about Drake May. We talked about the Patriots' offensive line. I really didn't feel like we're out of this game, even into the third quarter, because I thought Josh McDaniels will make the adjustments, because nobody's better at making adjustments than he is, and I didn't see any adjustments. I didn't see anything to slow down the pass rush. I didn't see the quick hitters, and Drake, quite frankly, showed his inexperience, because he got rattled in that game. He was rattled early in they talk about coming up the middle and hitting, Darnold in the face, and he'll get rattled. Well, so Drake May. I got to be honest with my team's performance.
It was a flip flop.
You look at the numbers at the end of the day. If you didn't watch the game, you would have thought, well, he didn't play that bad. He threw a couple of picks, but he had good numbers. Well, catching up, you do that. So, anyway.
Maybe.
Dynasty anyway, because I'd be 85 years old when the next one ends, and
Well, you go out with a bang. What do you kind of say, Keith?
I might not make it. My point is, I might not make it.
Kenneth Walker, though, I mean, he didn't score. He almost did, except they got a call back on that. I mean, he scored because of that penalty, because the guy was getting really held in that one. But I mean, he did a great job. Sometimes you don't have to be the person that scores the points in the game to be. I mean, he could have went to a couple of defensive players too on Seattle, if you think about
Absolutely.
it. Witherspoon was balling out too.
Yeah.
That whole secondary was doing a great job.
Except I would give it to the Seattle defense as a whole. I mean, they just executed the game plan perfectly.
The only way that I would consider giving it to the kicker is if the game was tied and he scored all the points and he scored a game-winning field goal. That would be the only way I consider it, because, I mean, you have no other alternative there. But it wasn't in that type of scenario. And the kicker, I mean, again, he's just the kicker, man. I mean, the defense, yeah, I agree. The D had really, really great players that stood out. And, of course, Kenneth Walker was the main offensive weapon of that team. And they leaned on his back, literally.
Yeah, JSN didn't really have an effective game himself. I mean, Gonzalez basically neutralized him.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt a little bit, and then he came back, and he still really – I mean, he caught a couple passes after that. He did a little bit better in the second half, but, I mean, they really neutralized him pretty much. And Shaheed had a couple of passes too. I mean, it was like dink and dunks that they got for – you noticed that they got the yards, but that's about all they got. It was the running game that put them through that. So, I mean, both defenses did an excellent job.
But they didn't give anything up deep. Nothing deep.
Mm-mm. They had to earn those yards. They had to earn those touchdowns and scores and field goals. They had to earn that, all of it. So, both sides. It was a good pass to who was that? Booty that scored a touchdown for New England?
Mac Hollins.
That was Mac
Hollins, yeah.
He had two passes, one long one to get him in position. Then he threw that was a great throw and catch in the end zone.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, the only one.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That was one of May's shining moments right there. That was a really good pass.
Yeah.
And
there's still in there, too. I mean,
Woolen was the guy.
But he had time to throw the ball. Let's just say that. He had time to throw the ball.
He did.
Woolen was the guy that was on that coverage.
Pretty good coverage.
I think this is a reason why they probably won't re-sign him. He was one of the defensive backfield guys that wasn't really doing that well this playoffs. he was getting burned a couple of times during the playoffs,
you
but
can't
everybody
do
else played.
That was good coverage, though. There's not much else he can do there. I mean, that's a perfect throw and catch. Other than pass interference, I don't know what else you're going to do there.
I don't know if you're going to throw to anybody else, though. Man. I'm just saying he picked the right target to throw.
Yeah, well, you want to go for the weak link.
Yeah, well,
they're too easy to make. The kicks are too easy to make too.
Cam Little kicked 2 of the highest, longest field goals this year, broke records, and you didn't see him on the MVP list.
No.
I mean, Myles Garrett broke the sack record. He was on the MVP list. I think that's more egregious than the kicker being on there for that, but whatever. It is what it is.
Mark Mosley won the MVP in the NFL one year with Washington
Raiders. Well, Washington. Yeah,
Washington, Mark Mosley. Strike season, 1982. I think was the year he actually won the MVP.
It was a strike season.
Super Bowl MVP.
Regular season MVP.
Regular season
for the season.
Oh my God!
It was a strike season.
About that. I'm pretty sure.
What was the NFL thinking about then? Wow.
Nothing, because it was a strike season.
Oh, gotcha.
Danny's a Redskin fan. He might remember whether I'm right or wrong there. Maybe that's why let's drive in.
He said exactly. He said exactly.
Okay.
Again, it was a strike-ridden season.
Oh, mine. Yeah, he made
so, but he's kicking against scabs.
No, they played all the games with regular players, but they only played 11 or 12 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And Washington and Miami played in the Super Bowl. He was 22 for 22 or something for the kicking for the season.
But so I see we got Bo in the chat. How you doing, Bo?
What's happening?
How was the parade?
Bo? Out hunting?
It was good.
Hunting.
That's the second time I've heard that today.
I want to talk about anything in the Super Bowl parades. That's all I wanted to.
It was cool. It was cool to go down there and see the trophy presentation and the parade, all that. Like it was, anytime you get a championship, it's great, right?
Congratulations, you guys deserve it. That was a tremendous performance your team put on Sunday. So kudos to you and them. Well, not so much you, but them.
You got to be really encouraged as a Pats fan, though, because with the amount of picks you have, the amount of cap space you have, the fact that 30 players on your roster were in their first year with the team. Talk about having all of the required tools to be better next year.
I agree. We just need Will Campbell maybe to show up and, not play like there's nobody at his position at all. So
I think he'll do better. I know he's got those short arms, but he played really well all season. T-Rex, yeah, but T-Rex is still a predator, though. You know what I mean?
He had a bad playoff. He did not have a good playoff for all the way through, really, and this was the worst, obviously, to cap it off.
Yeah, May didn't necessarily have a great playoff either, but
but he was finding ways to win games. It didn't feel like Drake was going to get it done here early on because he was rattled, and I haven't seen him get rattled Sunday.
Talk about the flip scripting on that whole thing. The script flipped on that thing. It's Darnold was the one that's supposed to see Ghost, and Drake May was supposed to be the guy. Well, oops.
Yeah. I think he saw the Ghost, and when they were still alive in the fourth quarter again, they just made it 19-7, and they're moving the ball again. They went 3 and out, and they're moving the ball again, and for whatever reason, they're throwing the ball too far down the field with so much time left, and I feel like he was seeing Ghosts on that play. That was a killer. That was a game right there.
That one had no chance.
Exercise the demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that one that was across the middle, super ill-advised throw, but there wasn't even anybody home. There was nobody there.
No. Well,
there was
There was somebody there.
There was a receiver, there was a receiver there in that area. He underthrew the ball. That's what that was, and the receiver kept going. And he never threw the ball. So
that receiver was a long way out of the frame. Even if Job gets kicked out of that game for throwing that punch, there was still 3 other Seahawks that had a better shot at that ball than the receiver did.
Right. I agree. And it's fun.
Right, we know about that.
I feel to Bo's point, I do feel good about the future. I mean, I'm still taking shots about, the schedule and paper champions and shit, whatever. Your teams are all out playing golf and we're in a Super Bowl. That's all I know. And this team's going to, and they're going to learn from this. And I'm excited about what's going to happen.
I mean, I hate that too, Keith. I mean, you got to play who you got on your schedule. It doesn't make a difference if they stink or don't stink. You still got to play. I mean, you still got to beat them. Paper stats don't do nothing for you. You have to go out in that field and perform. If you can't do that, then you're no better than the team you're playing. And the teams that you played that are no good, you destroyed. So, I mean,
100%.
What's the point?
The thing that's funny is the narrative with that particular team fluctuates so much because you lose and they're like, they're frauds. They had an easy schedule. And, the easy schedule thing is that's a real thing. Like that happened. But all the same, you still had to win those games to get there. But the narrative goes like, you're a fraud and all this. But if you would have won, they'd have been like, look, that easy schedule didn't matter. We just beat the best team in the NFC and all of this. So, I mean, it's funny how 60 minutes of football changes how apparently the entire season was.
Right, agreed. And by the way, the record only gets to the easy part of the schedule, or the easiness, if that's a word, of the schedule could have been different if those teams that they beat, some of those teams were supposed to be a lot better than what they were. Right? Again,
exactly.
That factors into it as well.
None of that matters. You got to the Super Bowl. Yeah. That's what matters. You got to the Super Bowl and you had to play teams that were supposed to be elite in the playoffs and you beat them. Yeah. So I think people need to look at that. I think a lot of that's just people who hate on the Patriots because of their background and where they've been and don't want to see another dynasty coming back into play.
I can appreciate that.
Seattle is.
I mean, that's what they said about the Bears too. They said the Bears' schedule was kind of lame and they were beating people. I said, well, you still got to play. You still got to beat them. It doesn't make a difference. You got to beat the team that's in front of you. You can't sit there and say, later on and say, well, they beat these and these teams are under 500. Well, yeah, that's the course of the season.
Right.
I mean, who cares? You beat the teams you play. And Chicago beat more teams than everybody else in their division. So that's why they won the division.
And next year, the schedule is going to be harder for the Patriots, and they may not win 14 games. And that doesn't mean the team's worse, right? If they win 10 because they play a tougher schedule and still make the playoffs, they could very well.
No, in fact, I would make the argument that you will have a worse record and a better team next year.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly, Bo.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been 9. I would have been, but your perspective changes too. Again, right? I'm not necessarily saying I'm not disappointed or I'm not devastated for losing the Super Bowl because I only expected 9 wins. My perspective changes as the season goes on. When you're at 14 wins, you're not saying, okay, if we lose in the first round, I'm okay now. But I'm disappointed more than devastated. Again, that's I got to live with those 2 giant losses forever.
The Seahawks are just the best team. The Seahawks are just the best team in the league this year.
It's a better team. They were the better team. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, when the expectation changes, I mean that it is what it is. You go into the season thinking it's going to be one way. Like I had Seattle as a 10-win divisional round exit, and once we got the number 1 seed, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I think we can really do this thing. But yeah, to your point, right? You're expecting to win those games. It's that old you play to win the game.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, I'm happy with the season. I'm just reading the rest of Danny's thing because I couldn't read it all when it was up there. But yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't a good year because we lost the Super Bowl. That's why I'm not devastated. So I'm ready to build.
Yeah. Well, you have a division that is also a question mark, right? Like you have new coaches. And so, I mean, like there's a lot of things to like if you're a Patriots fan. And then at the same time, if you're here for Seattle, you're looking at next year as this is still going to probably be the toughest division in football.
No, I don't. Well,
Keith, I'm glad you don't have the Denny Green crash out. If you want to crown them, then crown their asses.
Yeah, right.
They were who he thought they were.
Yep.
I mean, I think all of our teams. Well, I know at the beginning of the season, I mean, the Lions were doing really well, and it was like, playoffs. Yeah, we're gonna get in the playoffs. That's no big deal, And we were like 6-2, 6-2, 7-2, or something like that at the time. And then the break started coming off, and then it was like, it was like that. Playoffs. We're lucky to win the game.
Sir, at least you had breaks. We came in on cinder blocks with the Saints. Come on, man. We were a terrible team coming in.
And you had to be encouraged how it ended, though.
Yes.
For the Saints.
With the quarterback, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I think we're going to be a little bit different.
Obviously, it started poorly, but you had to look at how the last few games went and been like, okay, like I at least see something that we can do something with moving forward.
Let's just say in 2026, I'm going to come in cautiously optimistic.
There you go.
We got a good quarterback. I like the way he plays. Optically viewing him, he looks like the real deal out there. But at the same time, the harder part of the season was with Rattler. He played in the beginning, and he played. I mean, in Tyler Shuck, he played. Most of the teams were losing, So in regards, they had losing records who he played against. So I'd be interested to see how well he does against a full season with some added weapons on a team.
You saw enough to have some hope, I think, out of Tyler.
Yes, I do. I do have hope.
And you got an offensive lineman that'll be back, hopefully strong as ever. The one that you lost for the season.
Yeah, we that was you talking about the center?
Yeah, the center. Yeah.
Eric McCoy was hurt, and our guard play sucks. So we're looking. Hopefully, we're looking at free agency. With particularly, they're looking at the Bills. Edwards, their guard in free agency. So hopefully, we can get somebody like him, man. But with that said, again, I have hope, but there's people on death row with hope. So
Wow.
Wow, comparing the Saints to death row people. Oh,
may not be getting off, buddy. The governor may call, but it's almost unlikely.
Keep James away from sharp objects. The way
right? No doubt.
I mean, this is the right show for that type of subject matter. So
there you go.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we need to go sideways at some point in this show.
We'd be a great suicide hotline, wouldn't we, on this show? It'd be great for people.
Oh, man. There's a window right behind me. There's a window right behind me. Just open it up. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I think this show should actually be sponsored by it.
That's good. Oh gosh,
we're just joking out there, folks. We're just jokes. Don't take us seriously, please.
Suicide's a serious matter.
Do not.
Yes, very much so.
Us because we're trying to make light of some certain.
I just laugh at everything. That's what I do in life.
It's a joke.
If you're not laughing, you're crying. I mean, this is a short life out there, people. We got to live it.
Yep. Short life, tall windows. Whatever. Anyway.
And none of us can leap it with one single bound. Thank you.
I did jump out my office window one time, but I was on the floor and I just got laughed at. Nothing happened bad.
And that's not even true. You can leap it in one bound. It just depends on if you're trying to go up or down.
It's easier to go down, I guess. Yeah.
Wow, so that's right. Another way of looking at it for sure. Yes. Cam Jordan, I believe, is going to stay for one more year. I think he's had some communication stating that he liked what he's seen, and he has hope, as Keith, my partner just stated that, it's good to have that. I think Cam Jordan has that. It was a disappointing year for the vets. I'm not sure if Demario Davis stays though. He's been non-committal. So and tell him the money is much better, sir. When we got rid of what's the quarterback's name? I can't think of it. I'm glad he's gone. I forgot his name. Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He gave back the $30 million, and so that's going to really help us this year. And instead of being 60 to 80 million under the cap, I think we're about 20. So we always finagle that money anyway. But to be 20 is going to give us a lot more money, and with the salary cap going up to I think upwards of 300 million, I believe. We're going to be in a good space for free agency. So. I think it's going to be much better for us. But the Demario Davis non-committal kind of scares me a little bit. He was asked several times, and he said, "I'm coming back to football." He didn't say the Saints particularly, and this guy's 37 and had his most tackles in his whole career with 147 or 156, excuse me, in the season. So I just hope he comes back because the Saints could use him.
Splat. I'm a total splat. I'm not bouncing. I'm not a mumble. I'm not a
Rick was here.
I'll bounce, Rick.
Came out of nowhere, right?
We're gonna be flying a pancake. Oh, by the way, in the sense of accuracy, I don't think Derek Carr. I think they took the money back rather than Derek Carr gave it back. I'm just maybe.
It wasn't just it made it seem like he gave it back out of the kindness of his heart.
I'm sure if they didn't ask for it, he would have said, "Oh, thank you."
And that's a man whose name has been in the news a lot lately.
Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Considering coming back.
Mm-hmm.
His shoulder's doing well, and the Saints own his rights. So whoever wants to get him, they'll have to trade for him, and that gives us a little more draft capital. So that makes me happy as well.
And there's some teams desperate enough probably to take a shot at Derek Carr.
Two teams that are in the mix or not in the mix that allegedly are out there is Minnesota and Indianapolis.
No Jets.
No Jets. I think they are considered one. I mean, he was up for them before he got to the Saints, but before they took Aaron Rodgers and from what I understand, the Raiders one is not. I don't know if that's a big one because I don't know. I don't think they want to go back that direction. But I mean, that is his home where he was initially. But I'm not certain that he wants to go back there. But again, this is all speculation right now about him coming back.
Yeah. So what the speculation there is he would be a cheaper veteran option than Geno because Geno had outs on his contract.
But he's guaranteed though, right? Is he not guaranteed?
He's not. So he didn't have tons of guaranteed money there. So
I think he's got 18 guaranteed this year, though.
Yeah,
but has 18 guaranteed this year. Oh, they would have to trade him then.
Yeah, and I think they would. But the thought behind it is that they were going to take Mendoza 1, and Derek Carr would be the better mentor for him early in the year.
So you're thinking that though Derek Carr has the mindset of being a backup quarterback, not a starter?
No, I think he has the mindset of he has to try and prove it, and an organization has to give him that opportunity, right? So if they have their person of the future, but he's not going to be ready to go day one, because let's be honest, Mendoza isn't going to be I don't think he is a start week one talent.
And not only that, the Raiders, who's starting with the Raiders? I mean, like he said, don't beat your rookie.
They got Kenny Pickett.
He's not ready to play. He's not ready to play day one anyway. Fernando Mendoza needs a little seasoning and a little beefing up.
Exactly.
He needs to work on his footwork. He's got some work to do before he's leading it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then you have
he is a perfect candidate to sit down. You sit down and you 100%. Learn behind somebody. That's all you do.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if you are going to have Geno Smith or Derek Carr, which one of the two do you want as a mentor to your rookie? Do you want the guy that was just flipping off your fan base all year, or a guy that's a seasoned vet that the fan base actually likes in Las Vegas?
Well, he got into a playoff for the only time in I can't remember.
Well, and you got to keep in mind, he did it with one of the worst defenses the entire time he was there.
Yeah.
Like, that was a bottom 5 defense the whole time.
Carr was in the mix for before MVP one year, so
Yeah.
he's not a bad quarterback. I think he lost favor in New Orleans because he just, I don't know, he didn't really embrace the city, and it just wasn't a good thing. It just wasn't a good mix.
I'm not a huge Derek Carr fan. I don't think you're winning Super Bowls with Derek Carr, but there's a place for him, I think, somewhere in the NFL, probably.
Jesus.
I mean, Derek, he needs the exact scenario that Darnold just won with. He needs a defense that can bail him out if he makes a mistake. He just never had it.
I mean, it's not like there's a lackluster a bunch of quarterbacks in this league that could be that are backups that could be starters, the starters that just got injured and the backups played admirably or whatever the case may be. There's plenty of those to go around. San Francisco's trying to be stingy with their quarterback, but we're not going to really let him go anywhere. Yeah, okay. You get the right draft scenario, you get the right payment, you'll give him up.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, there's a lot of teams that are out there that quarterback play will definitely need to be. I'm aiming at the Vikings because the Vikings is, I don't know, JJ McCarthy. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm not putting him there yet. It's his first year playing. But he needs to sit behind. He needs to sit behind somebody. He needs to sit behind.
I'm not saying it, but I am implying it.
He needs to sit behind somebody. That's what he needs to do in an actual playing situation.
Pause, man. Who's he sitting behind?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, listen, I mean, the Vikings front runner sounds like it's bringing Cousins back.
Yeah. Listen, I like JJ McCarthy. I still think he's got potential. I think his biggest hurdle is going to be staying healthy. The thing that's going to hold him back the most. I mean, he's only played. What's he played? I don't know. 13 games, 12 games. I'm not even sure the number he's played. Pretty close.
11. Somewhere 11.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rick. Cousins is getting a little bit older, man. His tooth is like getting real long.
You know what? I agree with Rick. I'd rather have Kirk Cousins than Derek Carr. I don't think Derek Carr's that much younger either. If you look, I'm not sure, but I don't think he's that much.
He's a little younger, but I mean, he's maybe I think he's 34 or something like that, 34, 35.
Well, not only that, but you'd be bringing Cousins back, who already has rapport with that team.
100%.
Like a lot of that roster was there when he was there.
With KOC, yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So he knows the head coach and everything. So I mean, it wouldn't be too much of a transition for him. Actually,
Derek Carr will be
better.
Derek Carr will be 35 in March.
35. What's Cousins? 38.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a huge difference there though is Cousins is, working through that Achilles injury, whereas Derek Carr's coming through a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
That is wildly different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fair.
You can still throw, but running is a problem. Whereas you can still.
Kirk Cousins will be 38 by the time preseason starts.
Yeah. I still rather have Cousins though.
I would too.
Exactly.
Because Cousins knows the system.
Well, he knows the system, and he doesn't have a shoulder injury, and he's largely been healthy through his career.
Mm-hmm.
Cousins will be a step cousin by the time he gets up there. He'll be all right. I mean, I don't know. He did okay. He did okay with the Falcons. And speaking of Falcons, oh man, they got troubles right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their quarterback situation is crap. The Jets' quarterback situation is crap right now. Cleveland don't even know. I mean, it's Cleveland, so go figure.
But also, not just the quarterback situation in Atlanta, but the rookie last year is having some real off the field issues right now with James Pierce Jr. That's pretty scary.
Oh,
he might be facing actual time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I think he'll get a slap on the wrist, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it may be he's going to get a serious one because he did a lot of stuff, man, and he could be in some real trouble.
Mhm.
Yep.
And even if he gets a slap on the wrist, he's going to get a hefty suspension and a fine for sure.
Get Ray Lewis's lawyers. That's all I can say. Sorry, I don't mean to
Of
hold
course
it.
he does. He's saying good stuff with y'all about Danny. Just not necessarily.
Say, Jays. He's talking about jumping out a window. What's he gonna say good for crying out loud?
Right.
Well, yeah, you can look up from that point. That's for sure. And to the fact that football season is over with, or winding down, or going into the next phase of football.
And I missed the Pro Bowl. What happened with the Pro Bowl?
It was on a Tuesday, so nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
Tuesday morning.
The score
There were
was
a lot of flags thrown.
52.
There were a lot of flags thrown in that game. Very penalized game.
It was a 66-52 affair. You didn't know that, so whatever it is.
It's so to give you an idea of how many people just loved the Pro Bowl. In 23, there was 6.5 million that watched it. 24, there was 5.7. 25 was 4.7, and this Tuesday disaster got 1.9 million views.
Nice.
So I would say it's just about done being a thing.
Name a team and don't play. I mean, I got to have guys show up and Shadur goes. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
I think everybody will be excited. You'll get the same amount of views as Bad Bunny if they bring the game after the Super Bowl and allow all the players to play, that including the Super Bowl teams and the playoff teams will probably want to play as well. It's just bad now. And they have to play with uniforms on, no flag, tackle, these things. It's got to go back to the way it was, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No, I don't know.
Well, it'll never happen because the price tag isn't enough. These guys are making, $5, 10 plus $1 million a year. And when you think back to when the game was good, which was 20 years ago, they were getting $50K to win. They're only getting 90-something thousand now. So there's such a disparity. There's no incentive to go. Then it's not in Hawaii anymore. Like, if you're telling me you have to play flag football on a Tuesday in Santa Clara, I am probably also not going.
You're going for 90K probably. What are you kidding?
Well, if you're making 10 plus million, you may not.
No, I meant you personally, Bo. You're going.
Well, I mean, sure. Although the thing that's funny is the tax rate that they were talking about for Sam Darnold is he was actually going to lose money for being in the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is only 190K, and because they charge you for playing there and then charge you per day, he was going to lose 70K playing in the Super Bowl.
Keith
Which is
Van
wild.
attention.
What's that? What happened? Go Hawks. Another one. Robert. Jeez,
And it's funny.
I'm such a great.
It's funny because
Come after me.
I accidentally sent Keith a big C. I was supposed to send that to somebody else, but then as soon as I hit send, I looked down. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah. I was getting very fortunately that one did. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
I was getting all Bo's texts and nobody else's. So.
Oh man. Strays after strays after strays.
No, it was funny because it was supposed to go. It was supposed to go to another friend of mine that we were all sending each other stuff, and then I saw that I clicked on him and it already went. So I was like, "Well, that'll be funny." And then what he sends me back is a thumbs up.
I had nothing else at that point. I was spent.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
I think the thing about the Pro Bowl too, this whole wanting to keep everything safe and all the players safe, the hypocrisy of the NFL is like, oh, but let's add an extra game. But yeah, let's play flag.
Yeah.
Dude, what? Come on, see, that's the problem right there. I don't know what Goodell's trying to do. I mean, I know what he's trying to do, but I know he's trying to brand a product so that the moon has a team now. You know what I'm saying? So it's, dude, you gotta calm down. For
More
minute,
money.
right?
Can we actually get back to the moon? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wait, are we going this week?
Yeah. Well,
We
we're going to orbit it. We're going to orbit it. We're not going to land on it.
Yeah, but Artemis is going this week.
Yeah, it's soon anyway.
I'm a moon freak. I love the space program. I'm just
Me too, man. But I was a little bit depressed because this is the year of the 40th anniversary of the Challenger.
yeah.
I was in 5th grade in class watching that. That was devastating. Totally. And
Yeah, it was,
sorry to be a Debbie Downer all show. This just seemed like it's just a cloud hovering over me.
No, it's funny because the Challenger and the
Columbus.
Berlin Wall coming down are the two
Gotcha.
really big stories I remember as a kid. Like the first really big stories I remember watching. Right.
You guys are young. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 45.
I feel like I was already old when the Challenger happened.
Well, I was in high school, so.
Yeah, I was in elementary, man. I was like, this is not fun. I mean, some big
live and all that, right? Yeah.
They brought the TV in from the library to on one of those stands to bring it in so we can all watch it.
How fast did they turn it off quick and say, "Let's go play dodgeball" or something? Or
actually, what I experienced when I was in high school, when they had it was the same thing that James had with the TV road and everything, and everybody's watching. Then when it actually, when the Challenger blew up, it was like it was so silent in the classroom. Yeah. And being in a high school where I went to, silence was like something you never heard in a high school. It was silent all over the place. You could hear a pin drop, and the teacher, she ended up turning it off, but it was like after a good 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, she was staring in disbelief, just like all of us were. And we were like, "Is this real? Is this happening? What's going on?" I don't even know. It was
a different time though, because back then something like that would happen, and it wasn't like, "Oh, let's hide this from the kids." It was like, "Oh, wow, that just happened. Let's talk about it." And it's something interesting that you've seen over the years, where back then, if something tragic happened, like you talked about it in school, and now it's like, "Oh, let's just hide that something bad happened." I can't read it. What's
the Poseidon Adventure? Really? The Poseidon Adventure? Oh Lord, man. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing that happened like for 9/11, and you watch the program, and then you were watching the news, and you seen one aircraft fly into the building, but like, oh, that's just a bad air disaster, that happened. And then the second one is you're like, wait a minute.
Yep.
How's that? That's not coincidence. Something's going on here. And then you hear all this stuff, and then the towers fall, and then it was just nuts. And then like the whole government went nuts.
I mean, it shut. So I worked for a dealership at the time, car dealership, and like it basically stopped operation, right? Like our whole shop was in the waiting room watching the TV that whole day, basically.
Yeah, I had to go get my son because he was in a federal building. He was in daycare, and he was in a federal building. I had to go get him. They called me, "Hey, you gotta come get your son because they're shutting this building down." So I was like, "Okay." So yeah, I had to leave to work myself. But dang. But anyway. Football season is on its hiatus. It's getting ready to go on its hiatus. We're going to be here in free agency and all that good stuff. Drafts coming up and combines coming up. Then the drafts coming up. But we do have other sports, amazingly enough. Just want to hit on a couple things. NBA suspended 4 players from the Pistons Hornets brawl. Isaiah Stewart got 7 games because his dumbass decided to come off the bench and intervene. I'm surprised he didn't get more than that because he's always getting in some kind of trouble. Miles Bridges and Musa Diabate both got 4 games each. I don't know what the hell.
Musa diabetes.
He probably wish he. No, I mean you don't. Anyway, Miles Bridges. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about either, trying to come after Jalen Duren. But Jalen Duren also got 2 games. To tell you the truth, and I'm going to put this into perspective, I watched the video of the whole thing 9 or 10 times just to see who I thought started the fight. I hear Piston fans say, "Oh, he got headbutted," being Duren got headbutted by Diabate, but that wasn't it. They both kind of simultaneously bumped their heads together. First of all, it was Duren's fault. He fouled you hard. Okay, get over it. Shoot your 3 throws. Get on with life. I mean, they're going to come after the Pistons. That's the whole point. You're a leader in a conference, so that it is what it is. Calm down. So Duren I feel he kind of initiated, because you shouldn't just went over there and just because you thought you were disrespected by the rookie. F him, shoot your 2-pack. But anyway, then Miles Bridges decided after it calmed down to come out there and start some more stuff. And I was like, Miles, what the hell are you doing? Now you know better than going after some big fellas, and you ain't, come on, dude. And then didn't make it no better that Stewart came out there. Big Stu came out there and started acting crazy. So I was like, this is getting out of control. I'm surprised these guys didn't get more of a punishment than they did, to tell you the truth. They should have got suspended.
I'm going to come from a different perspective here. If you remember basketball, the way basketball was, that was a thing for these guys to do, and it was not frowned upon. It was like, okay, you come at me, I might swing at you. Or you see Charles Barkley, Charles Oakley, Shaq, all these guys did this sort of thing, and nobody wanted that smoke. They weren't really hitting each other; they just swinging in the air and everything like that.
That's exactly what they were doing.
And it's the same thing here. I mean, Miles Bridges, when he came up he's like, I'm gonna try to hit you, but I might just miss you just a little bit like that. And I mean, but the mush to the face, though, that really started, and the guy, I was going to say diabetes, whatever, his sugar was up in the air. So they couldn't hold him down at all. He was fire and hot. He wanted to fight this guy. I don't know if he really wanted that smoke. Again, this is a center. That dude's big. Jalen Duren, he's a pretty big dude. And I guess he's like, I'm going to show you something. You headbutt me, I'm going to push you in the face, and that's when things got out of hand. But it is what it is. They got their games.
I think the Miles versus Stewart was kind of hilarious, actually, because they both swung on each other, but then Miles kind of got out of sequence, and he tried to body slam Isaiah. Isaiah said, "Oh hell no, you ain't gonna do that!" And just grabbed him and put him in a headlock and just beating him in the head with it. I was like, well, that was dumb, Miles. You don't bet you won't do that again. But
these guys got to go back and watch tapes of the Knicks and Heat fighting in the playoffs. And the most funniest thing I ever saw is Jeff Van
Gundy.
Yes. On Alonzo Mourning's leg is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, coach. The coach for the coach for Charlotte also got tossed out again, but it wasn't from that incident. It was because he's arguing with a ref. So, it was just throw everybody out. What the heck? But the Pistons did stop Charlotte's 8-game winning streak at that time. Was it not 9-game winning streak at the time? So good for them. But anyway, hey, there's also Olympics going on.
What?
Olympics. Bet you didn't know that was starting, did you?
I was on a ship.
Hey, the women's hockey is killing it.
Killing it.
Yeah, they beat Canada 5-0. They destroyed the Canadian hockey team. Let's see if the guys can do that. Yeah. If the U.S. guys can do that, that would be great. Take a page from the women, beat the crap out of Canada.
Women are fun to watch, too.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to play again. They're probably going to play again in the final, I would think, U.S. and Canada in the women's.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is just kind of a warm-up.
Lindsey Vonn.
If you're already sad that football is done, even though it's only a couple days removed, Arena football starts in about 7 weeks.
And I'm pretty sure
XFL.
UFL is not too far behind. UFL, UFL.
Oh yeah,
XFL.
UFL, UFL, yeah, the UFL.
Yep.
So can anybody
I'm
tell
not
me?
watching the UFL no more. They took the teams out of the Panthers. They took the Panthers out of Michigan. That's the dumbest thing they ever did. Dumb.
So who's the male figure skater that looks like something out of Blades of Glory? I mean,
You're talking. Yeah, I watched that yesterday too.
They gave him a nickname. I asked my wife. I said, "What they call that guy?" Can't remember. He's got this weird nickname too, because it's the Quadinator or somewhere.
Yeah, the blonde hair kid. Yeah,
It's something. I'm like, oh,
I got to go back and watch that movie now because
that's
it looks totally like this.
Too
I
funny.
watched that. I think you watched the same thing I watched, James. That the figure skating event, the men's. It was a team figure skating. The USA had won the gold, and it was down to him and that Japanese guy Sato, I think it is Saito, and that guy he skated really good. I could have swore though the guy I could have swore Blondie didn't he fall once? I could have swore he fell.
I'm not sure.
James is done.
How much time we have left?
Hey,
it's a wrap.
I'm trying to go sideways.
Blondie is hilarious.
Blondie, yeah. Well, that's like I do. That's like Lawrence. I call him Joey Sunshine because and the
Sunshine.
the
Sure.
Sunshine.
You don't remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans?
Yeah. What was the guy's name? Ronnie Bass, but they call him Sunshine.
Right, Ronnie Bass, good one. I couldn't remember his name. I got the Sunshine, not the name.
Didn't he play quarterback for SC for a minute?
Yeah, I think he did, and then he went into commentating.
Yeah.
After that, yep.
Yeah, he was a decent quarterback. I mean, he was a decent quarterback. Obviously, he didn't make it to the NFL, but he was a decent quarterback. I only watch women's state.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I'd call him.
Well, I think this was a team thing, though, Brent. It wasn't. It was a common conglomeration between the men and the women as they played the team, and then they have the separate men's and women's skating thing too. So I think it was the team's skate. But anyway, yeah. Lindsey Vonn is on her third surgery. It's a shame that happened to her.
Yeah, I was rooting for her. That was the one storyline I really wanted to follow in the Olympics was Lindsey Vonn, and it's sad what happened to her. That was ugly. That last crash was ugly.
Yeah, she hit that.
But it's not
gate.
smart.
The gate, yeah.
Gutsy, but
I mean,
not the smartest thing she's done.
all things being equal, the bad knee wouldn't have mattered for that. Like hitting that gate is what turned her, and she would have been down hard no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You could see though early. I think it was on that same time down the hill. Early on, she went over one of the moguls, and you could see her left leg kind of buckle a little bit when she came back down. And I don't know how you even attempt to do what she did. Quite frankly, with a torn ACL, but God bless her.
I'm going to tell you how stupid I was when I was 22. I tore my ACL in my right knee. My quads were the size of like Barry Sanders.
Like
so
the coordinator.
Pretty much right. Without the blonde hair. Thank you. I went on basketball court maybe about 2 or 3 months after my injury. And because my surgery was due later. It wasn't like these guys have their surgery like the next day. I had mine was like 3 months after the actual injury. And I'm running up and down the court, dribbling fast breaks like it's nobody's business, man. And I had no knowledge of what an ACL tear was. I just knew I had to have surgery for it. But my quads were like so strong, man. I didn't have any problem. I wasn't doing a lot of lateral movement either. But yeah. I could have damaged something even worse, man. I just wasn't thinking. Now that I have, hindsight's 20/20, I know better. I wouldn't dare do anything like that. But I was 22. Lindsay's 41, man. I don't know what was the situation with her and why she wanted to do this on a partial knee replacement on one knee and a ruptured ACL on the other. Just let it go.
Oh, it's
But
it's because it's your last shot, right?
right.
So, and you made the team, so you're like, hey, you know what? This is the last shot, whether it works or doesn't. So
somebody told her to break a leg, and she literally did.
Yeah, I mean, it's like stepping up. It's like stepping up to your last at bat. You got a torn muscle in your arm. You're going to cut at it one last time, right? Like that thing's still going to be broken whether you were successful or not. So you're aiming for the fence, and you hope it works out. So I wasn't mad at it. I know a lot of people were mad because they're like, well, she took a spot from somebody else that was healthy, and at the same time, she earned the spot not healthy. So how good was the other rider anyway?
Right. She made it. I wouldn't argue that situation. She made it. She actually made it to it. So
people get mad at other people for doing, extraordinary things. And like that person's extraordinary. Mind your business. Let them do what they want to do. If they want to self-destruct themselves, trying to do what they love, then let them do it. I mean, she earned the right. She has earned the respect to do that. So, yeah.
She's a 12-time champion, so this will be forgotten.
Yeah. Keith.
Yes, sir.
When we start doing spring training?
Pitchers and catchers today for the Yankees. They'll start workouts on Saturday. So we're right there, man. Play ball. I'm sure Seattle's right around the corner if they haven't started as well. So everybody's in camp this week, one day or another.
There you go.
Oh yeah, before you go, B did Verlander, right? Tigers.
Yeah, we just signed Verlander. Yeah, he's returning.
Yeah,
returning. 2 Cy Young runners on the same team. That's pretty good.
They bring Scherzer back.
See how that works out. See how that works out. Well, they had those players on there when and they went to a World Series and got their butts handed to them. But whatever. It is what it is. Anyway. That's the end of this show there, folks.
A lot of bitterness today. A lot of bitterness.
Yeah, a lot of bitterness.
Started with
you can catch more baseball there with Keith on Friday because he'll have some baseball for you.
MLB
at
update.
3 p.m.
WBC
Eastern
starts
Standard
soon
Time.
too. WBC too. I'm excited for the WBC.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also that's the reason why hockey is at a standstill at the moment because it's Olympic hockey coming up. So there you go. Yep. All right. So on that note, we are officially up out of here. Everybody have a good rest of your week. We'll see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody in the comment section. Everybody. Peace.
Have a good night, guys.